Hey everybody, welcome to today's vlog. I hope that everybody is doing really well during what is really these unreasonable times that we're all living in. I'm just really glad that you're joining here with me on my vlogs and everything. We got some really good responses from the last vlog that we did, the one where I talked about these potato containers. So as you see here, these are the containers that I grow potatoes in that I was showing in my last vlog. One of the neighbors had ran into it with their truck, kind of pulling apart one side of it and everything. The one thing I did want to say, and revisiting that for a moment, is that they're all growing. They're still growing in there. Potatoes, I haven't seen any that were pulled out or anything like that, so all I'm going to do is just kind of keep watering it right now. I don't want to try to actually put this into a new container or anything at this point until the plants completely die back and I harvest the potatoes out of there. Any sort of movement here is going to just rustle the soil too much, probably just pull it all apart. So unless I did it really carefully, but for the most part I'm just going to keep watering it. These plants are probably just a few weeks from being done anyways, and then we'll harvest all the potatoes out of them. But yeah, we'll fix it and replace it for the next set of potatoes that we grow. So yeah, I'll just, like I said, plant out some new ones when we get a chance here later on in the season and we do another round of potatoes in the containers. I'll just go buy a new container. We'll get them set up, but these ones should continue growing just fine. One of the solutions too is we're going to try to find something to put there in front of them in order to kind of make it not so easy to be able to drive up on there. My neighbor who lives on the other side of this fence here where I put these containers and buckets and whatnot for all of our other peppers and tomatoes and things that we're growing there, he has a drain spout like this that's just a little bit over here, a little bit more, and one of the things that keeps happening when they pull their trailer in there too is they keep running over that and flattening it too, so it's really messing up his drain spout and everything. So we're going to try to get that all fixed up, get something kind of solution there or whatnot, and of course maybe talk to him about maybe getting a hold of me or doing something or having it set up right where we can move those when he needs to move his trailer in and out. I mean, he really only has to do that a couple of times a year as they're taking their vacations and going out on the road and whatnot. So and I'm growing here for the rest of the year and all of that, so I'm utilizing this space. So it'd be nice to not have any trouble with it all, and if we can find a really neighborly solution to take care of it, that's probably the better opportunity. So as I mentioned on our very first vlog about the different projects and things that we're working on, the one that I'm doing right now is trying to put together a short 2-minute video, which will end up being an audition video for a reality television series about gardening put on by Mother Earth News and Johnny Appleseed. Now see, they want you to put together a short 2-minute video, and the other day I went around trying to film some footage to put together that video, doing a little tour of what we've got growing on here at my gardens and all of that, and it's not that easy with what all I've got growing on and what I would like to show everybody. It's not that easy to put together a short 2-minute video. So here, real quick, I'm going to show you. This is the video that I did put together. Hey everybody, my name is Enoch Graham, and I am your next garden gladiator. I have a real passion for gardening, especially sustainable, organic, urban gardening. So all right, we only got a couple of minutes, and I want to show you as much as I can of what we've got growing on here to show you why we're up for the challenge of being your next garden gladiator. First of all, sustainability. We've got a pile of tree limbs that are taken from this space here. These will be chipped down. We'll use them in our blueberry patches. We've got blueberries. We're just growing right alongside the alleyways here. They need to be picked too. We got an apple tree. We're growing right out of a container. We got some onions. We've just built in a nice raised bed. Second raised bed here. We've got some small cabbages we've left to grow. Interplanted out some onions. And look, seeding. We're growing some of our own seed. We've got broccoli seed here. We've got a bunch of things interplanted together. Take a look at here. We've got in a container. Look at this. Corn growing right in a container. Some cucumbers and squash. Squash growing right out of here with some tomatoes. more corn, all sorts of things interplanted together right alongside this back area here. Just utilizing whatever space we can. Along the little back fence line, we've got bees just going crazy over some oregano flower, more corn planted together. This garlic's got to get out of the ground. It's got to come out now. We got tomatoes. These are just volunteers growing here every year. Back patio, cement. Everything's cement on the back patio except for this little strip here along the fence line. We're utilizing rain barrels so we'll have water during the hot season. We got a lot of things growing back here. As I said, it's all just patio, so we've had to build raised beds utilizing some of these 5-gallon earth bucket water wicking systems, growing a bunch of different peppers, above ground raised bed, growing cucumbers, and cucumbers going up the trellis here. We've got some more container apples, and look at this, right along fence lines. We've got some wires put in place, growing beans. These are vining beans, and they'll just grow right along for both sides. Above the ground raised bed system. We got this one here ready to plant out with some new crops. Some eggplant. Got a nice little wood ladder there, growing some more beans, vining right up the ladder. Right up on the rooftop, just growing some pepper plants or cucumbers, growing right up these trellises here we built in with these raised beds. Look right here, using more space, more raised beds, growing more cucumbers up these trellises here. Got some onions planted in there, and this here, a peach tree. Got one peach. Maybe next year we'll get a lot more. So, like I said, we're just using every space we can get a hold of. Like over here, right along this back fence here, we're just using some containers. We've got potatoes. We've got potatoes growing in here. Right in the containers, using more of our buckets, some tomatoes and eggplants, peppers, eggplants. Along this back fence line, going down this other alleyway. Where we're composting our yard waste and the waste that we have here from the garden, utilizing that, putting it back into the garden. We've got our corn growing right in the back area. We grow corn here every year, always get delicious sweet corn right from my back alleyway. Taking and utilizing whatever space we can to grow organic food for ourselves right here in the urban city. We've got pumpkin growing right through, coming that way and that way. Got little pumpkins coming out too. We've got tomatoes all down this line here. We've got a zucchini plant. We've just planted out some cantaloupe, watermelon, some spaghetti squash, and different things to vine along, down along and in between these plants here. We've got some sunflowers. We built this out this season too, to put in our 5-gallon water wicking buckets, and we've got more peppers. Lots and lots of more peppers. Getting some really nice ones too. But as you can see, we're just utilizing whatever available space we can find. And we can't forget my Tres Amigos Poblanos, along with some celery that we've got growing right here in between our carport. Now, as I said, we've got a lot growing on here. So I hope for you, it puts us up to the challenge of being the next Garden Gladiator. So I really, really, really appreciate your vote. So all right, as you can tell, we've got a lot of things growing on in our gardens around here, and it's really, really hard to try to make a 2-minute video, which is required for the audition video for Garden Gladiators. But we'll give it another shot. I'll probably come out tomorrow and do some more filming and see if we can't take another approach, or we'll just try to edit that down a little bit more and see if we can't get it closer to 2 minutes. It's not easy when you got so many things growing on like we do to take a tour like that and only do a couple of minutes worth. Now, if you've watched some of my Urban Gardener channel, you know that I put out little garden tours each year of the things that we've got growing on here, and they usually end up well over a half an hour in 2-part series anyways, just like our last summer garden tour that we did. I'll put a link down below in the description to that for last year's summer garden tour. It's also something I'm getting ready to work on here for one of our upcoming videos on the Urban Gardener, is a whole new 2020 summer garden tour, where we'll go in a lot more depth onto the things that we've seen in that video there. But yeah, I'm really glad to have you guys here checking out these vlogs and giving me your input about what we've got going on here. And again, like I said, get down in that comment section below. Let me know what you think of the vlogs. Let me know what you think of that garden video. Let me know if you got any ideas of things that we could do possibly in our next version of the video. I want to get that submitted here real soon so that we can start getting considered for one of those spots on that show. So that should be really fun. Hopefully that works out. But like I said, I'll take you along and bring you along on the process right here on the vlogs. So hopefully we'll see you guys real soon here.